So Finesse2tymes, who's on some type of federal probation, has now used his power and influence of his social media account in order to call for the unaliving of bloggers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you definitely heard that correctly. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I don't know what type of federal probation Buddy's on, but it's probably going to be a very weak federal probation, because if you're able to get online and call for the unaliving of anybody pretty much in your federal probation, either the person themselves don't give a blue hell about the probation at all, or it's just super weak, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna pretty much show y'all the message of what he said. Now, this may stem from, of course, him and 1090 Jake been getting into it, or got into it because of the whole snitching allegations and stuff like that. And then, of course, whenever Finesse2tymes first got out of jail, he was flaming hot. You know what I'm talking about? He was doing them beating on the desk freestyles from the jail or whatever like that, and everybody was like, oh man, I can't wait till you get out. Yes, he got out. He dominated, did great numbers whenever he got out. And of course, a lot of people looking forward to it, right? It slowly dwindled down. His hype slowly dwindled down, and the conversation changed from talking about his music to more talking about the fact that so many people was getting, shot at his concert, or stuff was happening at his concerts. Right now, one of those times, it was actually on one of the promoters who, to cause some ruckus or whatever like that. But some of the other times, I believe one time where he had to crawl on his knees or something like that, because stuff just tends to go down. And of course, everybody knows with a brain that this is because the type of music that it is, the type of music influences the people who come to the show to act a particular type of way. Now that's like I said, that's easy, right? That's the influence again, right? So, well, first of all, let me get into the intro, and then we will get back into talking about Finesse2tymes. Check it out, man. All right. Keep outside. If you want to become a member of the channel, you will receive some emojis that you can actually type inside the comment section. Let's get the story started. Anyways, so here's the exact message of what Finesse2tymes said. Y'all out here unaliving all these rappers. Y'all need to start unaliving these bloggers. And he put the little down finger emoji with the hard hat. So here's the thing, right? Yes, I understand Buddy done had some issues with a few bloggers, and he probably tired of all the controversy talk and all the people talking about the shootings at his shows. However, that's just a part of life. That's actually what happened. It's just like when you cut on the ABC News or any of the news stations like that, and you see how they talking about what's going on. Well, that's exactly what the bloggers are, especially to the rappers. Now, I can't speak for all bloggers, because yes, some people do go overboard. Some people say stuff that's not true. Some people say stuff that's actually false, and there's a whole lot of that too. So I can't really just cover for the ones doing that. However, for you, it's just super bold to go onto the internet and literally call for the unaliving of particular people. Now, it wouldn't be that bold if you wasn't on no type of federal probation, but the fact that you're on some type of federal probation, think about this, bro. A lot of bloggers ain't really about, about stepping or fighting or none of that stuff right now. I know some that is. Me, for once, I love to fight, so it is what it is. But anyways, so this is what I'm trying to say, right? You just got to be careful about the word choice that you put on the internet towards a specific group of people. And this is why I say that, right? Some of them may be snitches. Some of them may call the probation, but hey, listen, your guy that's on probation just literally called for the slaughtering of a whole group of people. Now, and this is why that they would be able to do that, and potentially some repercussions would happen, is because of the influence, right? If a normal person was to say this, they didn't have a massive influence, it probably just overlook it. But the fact that there's some actual influence, and it's the actual celebrity that's saying this, and who has millions of followers, maybe millions, I don't know how much his follower count is, but who has lots of followers, they'll try to set an example out of the person that actually put it, right? Yes, you have a freedom of speech, but the freedom of speech is limited to hate speech and stuff, just all type of rules and laws, right? But I can understand also his frustration and where his frustration is coming from, because like I say, it is a lot of BS that's told and put out into the world. But here's the thing, right? Bloggers and rappers, right? So rappers, they have a 3-year span or whatever it may be, right? And then they kind of fizzle out, right? Bloggers literally they cover the people that's hot, and they cover what's hot at that particular time, so they don't fizzle out like that, right? No rapper can go against bloggers or go against the media. If you look up on Google what's the most powerful entity in the world, it's going to say the media, right? Because the media shapes perception, it does all this stuff, right? So this is something that I always say, right? the rules of the streets do not apply to people that's not inside of the streets, right? So you may call for the unaliving of somebody that's in the streets and they not going to go to the police or nothing like that, right? But for those people that's not in the streets, you can't apply the same rules that you live by, because which is a form of subjugation slavery, actually. So you can't try to apply the rules that you live by onto somebody else, right? You have people out there, for instance, like a Charleston. If you were to say this and say y'all out here killing rappers, y'all should be out here blah blah Charleston, then what would he do? Call the 12, right? So you're limited on the stuff that you can say towards people that's not in the streets, especially if you're on a federal probation. That's really the biggest part about all this that got me is the fact that Buddy's on a federal probation saying this. Like I say, normal people will be fine. And the fact that he got a lot of books that he said he'd been reading, like about power, about, this or that, all those little books about, okay, use your brain for this, your brain. This right here, this statement, I can honestly say this is not a statement that's using your brain. And why I say that is because, like I say, because of the whole federal probation, right? You probably want to wait till you're off to call for the unaliving of people. But anyways, it is what it is. That's just kind of, my thoughts about the situation. And I read a lot of comments as well. A lot of people just laughing inside the comment section. And I don't know. But anyways, we'll just see how this goes. Maybe Finesse2tymes, who's on federal probation, will, in fact, use his influence and get some of the bloggers unalive. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.